The Champions Classic tonight is must watch. I can't wait. You are excited for this one as well. Yesterday, you had my head in a tizzy in our Michigan State Kentucky preview. People can go watch 30 minutes of me being very confused if they want that. But just before we get into this video, how are you feeling the morning of this game?
I'm feeling good, man. It's another opportunity to be great. Another opportunity to, I think, compete and also be a part of an event that includes the biggest brands in college basketball. Not everyone gets to play in them. Not everyone gets to be a part of it. And I know that my team carries enough weight, pizzazz, and talent and winning abilities to be a part of it. And it feels good to be.
Undoubtedly, the four biggest brands in college basketball: Kentucky, Kansas, Duke, and Michigan State. And the four greatest coaches in college basketball: Tom Izzo and Bill Self and John Shire and Mark Pope. So, yeah, the
Doesn't get much better than that, man.
centerpiece, the heart of the sport in all possible ways. Certainly exactly what it was when it was built roughly 15 years ago. Tom Izzo had a lot to say about Kentucky. I'd like to read you the full length quote, and I'm reading this from the Kentucky on SI site. Andrew Stefaniak put this together. So shout out to Andrew. Great reporting. Go support him. But here's Izzo's full quote on what he has in his mind on Kentucky. Quote, well, I told you that I thought Arkansas was one of the most talented teams I saw, and I did. They had some younger guys who didn't have as much experience. Kentucky is even more athletic and tougher. They really pushed the ball. Arkansas had one guy who pushed the ball. Kentucky has multiple guys who push the ball. They have more than a couple shooters. They can shoot it from deep. Arkansas had one, maybe two. Kentucky has three, maybe four. They're big inside. Those two guys inside complement each other well. They kind of play 22 and 18 minutes, so they're usually fresh. They're well coached. I think we're going to hit some of the better teams in the country. They're one of them. End quote. Very high praise from Tom Izzo of the fourth ranked team in the country per Ken Palm. Not saying you would expect anything different, but Izzo did take a very Tom Izzo interesting, unique approach to this praise. Framed it all through the lens of comparing Kentucky to Kentucky's old coach's team, John Calipari. Now, Cal and Izzo are friends. I don't know if Izzo and Mark Pope have a relationship at all. Maybe they will after this game. But his thoughts on Kentucky seemed all centered around comparing them more ferociously to Arkansas. They're tougher, they're more athletic, they got more guys who push the ball, they got more shooters, they're more experienced than Arkansas, who we beat by one possession at home.
Mhm.
First off, do you agree with what Tom Izzo is saying about Kentucky?
Can we go one by one on that and I can give you agree or disagree?
Yeah, give me the full report card on this.
Okay, so he said that Kentucky's a better shooting team.
Then Arkansas, correct.
I disagree. Um, Kentucky is more athletic than Arkansas.
Well, Kentucky is making more of their threes this year than Arkansas. I just want to fact check you, but
Are
go.
they actually?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, well,
But
yeah,
in
they're the
Carter's
better.
mind, they're not good at shooting. So keep going.
So they're the better shooting team.
Nope,
Okay.
they're not.
You know what? I don't even got to ask you. I'm just going right to compound with it.
No, no, do your eye test because your eyes tell you Kentucky's worse than Michigan State.
Ken
Your
Palm's
eyes tell you
down
Kentucky can't
again?
shoot.
Dog.
Ken Palm's up for me right now.
Down for me. Um,
Good. This means we get Carter's eye test. Tell me more things that you think Kentucky's terrible at that they're actually pretty good at.
I think that here you and these little angles you try to I give you like a little crumb and you make it into like a
Well,
whole ass sourdough loaf.
you just consistently are downplaying every part of Kentucky, saying they're not good at things. Like they're better at shooting than Arkansas. That's a
How,
fact.
how, how much better?
1%.
Okay.
But you can't say they're worse. You can't say Arkansas is a better shooting team than them. They haven't been.
That's definitely okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. I think that Arkansas is more athletic than them.
This is something we can't measure with a spreadsheet.
What do your eyes tell you?
Brazil's really athletic. Acuff's really athletic. I have no issue with that. Arkansas
Carter
being
Knox
more
is pretty
athletic.
athletic as well.
Yeah, I have no issue calling
Billy
Arkansas.
Richmond. Yeah. Now,
Diabate and Owe are pretty athletic.
yeah, they are. Maybe
Ab
that's more, that might be more of a wash. Aberdeen's athletic too.
Aberdeen is pretty athletic.
Diabate's athletic.
I would
Honestly,
I'd call Malachi Moreno a very athletic guy.
here's the thing. When you have that, like the discussion here, because Kentucky's so deep, like top to bottom, I don't know if you're going to be able to like actually say you're better than them as a team because their ninth guy is Malachi Moreno, basically.
For sure.
More experience. Did he say more experience in that as well?
Said more experience and Arkansas was young, which is this is the whole like music to Kentucky fans' ears, right? We're not young anymore. We're old, Mark Pope.
But that has nothing to do with him. I just I love my coach. I really do. Um,
What about toughness? That was the other one. He said they're tougher.
I think Kentucky is tougher than Arkansas.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I got to go off what I saw against my team. That was not a tough basketball team in Arkansas.
But you don't think Kentucky's all that tough, do you? I thought a big part of your premise that Michigan State's a better team than Kentucky was that Kentucky has some toughness issues.
I think that Kentucky is tougher than Arkansas. I do not think they're tougher than Michigan State.
How many teams are tougher than Michigan State?
Zero.
I think Michigan State's the toughest team in the sport.
You know how tough it is to shoot 13% from three and win? It doesn't get tougher than that.
Pretty tough.
It's really tough. It's really tough.
It's pretty tough and to like love it. Like
Yeah.
we love that.
But the thing is, even on the toughness scale here, I think that Kentucky also is like mentally tougher than Arkansas.
Were they mentally tough in the Louisville game? I guess they didn't go away down
They didn't
20.
go away. So, and to some extent, yes. Also, to some extent, they weren't because I feel like they were a little bit uncharacteristic in a very hostile environment. But at the same time, they never went away. They didn't just completely bow out.
Yeah, in Mark Pope's
They,
own words, they were out of character in that day leading up to the game.
yeah. Now, coach wise, may being mentally tough, that's another conversation.
You think Mark Pope's going through it right now?
It seems like someone that is going through some things, some identity crisis issues.
Yeah. Yeah, which would be reasonable. I think it's a lot of pressure being the Kentucky head coach. So, okay.
Kentucky's going to win by a lot, aren't they?
There's a lot of outcomes I would believe here. I would believe Kentucky gets blown out by the tougher basketball team that knows who they are more right now, is healthier, all of that. I would also believe Kentucky makes shots and runs a team that can't shoot at all out of the biggest gym in the sport.
Mhm.
Um, I would believe this is a close game that comes down to the wire and it's a coin flip either way. I am just excited to sit back and watch this one at this point. I think you've put a lot of chips in the basket that Michigan State should win, which is interesting to me, and that's going to be part of how I watch this game for sure.
If I put the chips in the basket, it prevents me from eating the chips, where that'll lead to my weight loss.
Okay, I'm talking poker chips, but okay.
I'll eat those too.
Okay. Um, Here's my big question with all of this, because I guess as you go through the points, we mostly agree. Tom Izzo's right. Kentucky's just a better team than Arkansas. That seems fair to say, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's not many ways to measure Arkansas as we think better than Kentucky this year.
No,
Um,
no, and that's changed in my mind just because I was pretty high on Arkansas, but like I think you got to go off the results and what you've seen thus far. Kentucky is a better team than Arkansas, yes.
yeah. So all these going like category by category, tougher, more experienced, more athletic, can shoot it. Like I have no issue with this. I think Tom Izzo's right. I do have one major issue with this entire thing. Any guess what it is?
Uh, was it talking about the depth?
Why are we talking about Arkansas? Like I get like, it's timely, and you
Was
just
he
played
asked? Was
Arkansas.
he asked about it?
He was just asked about Kentucky, and it just went straight to let's do. Well, we played Arkansas, and this
War,
team's.
warfare.
You think this was tactical from Tom
Ta
Izzo?
Tactical warfare. All they're worried about is their X all the time. Tactical. They're thinking about Arkansas. They're thinking about outdoing Arkansas. This is tactical warfare from my coach. And you're 31, might I add.
He's planting the seeds that if Kentucky loses to Michigan State by more than Arkansas lost to Michigan State, the discussion will be about Calipari's team faring better than Pope's team.
After Izzo said that Kentucky's better than Arkansas.
And Tom Izzo does love John Calipari, so presumably might have a little extra, you know what, go get my replacement for me.
This is for my guy.
Yeah,
This is for the gang.
fascinating
But at the same time, they got Otega Owe and some good basketball players.
that they do.
They're a good team.
You said Michigan State has three of the top five players in this game.
I don't think Michigan State has three of the top five anything on any given game basis.
I don't think you got to act like that.
I think that's what it is. I mean, you can't do that exercise with Michigan State. It's the only team in the country you can't do that exercise with.
Why can't we do that? They play four guys 32 minutes this year. They're a very star-driven team this year. You want Fears and Cohen and Jackson to be amazing.
But when you go star for star against stars at schools like Kentucky, it's different.
Sure.
Jeremy Fears would be the what best player on Kentucky.
Third,
What about Carr?
fourth,
Kohler?
fifth. Until Kentucky gets their guys back,
That's true. They are beat up.
we're talking about Owe. Who I don't even know who two is. I guess I'm giving Aberdeen two, but like I would take Fears over Aberdeen.
I'm surprised by that.
We'll see how it goes tonight.
We will say there's a lot. There's a lot on the line tonight.
I just don't get why we're using Arkansas as the measuring stick here. If it is tactical, that's funny. But like to me, like Arkansas is what on like aren't they in the 30? They're 35th on Ken Palm.
You think my coach is on Kempom?
Well, no, but like you get they're not even a top 25 team. So like
Another SEC team.
they're tougher than Arkansas.
Another SEC team.
You know who else is tougher than Arkansas? UCLA. Let's just pick a random team. Arkansas is not very good right now. They almost lost to Samford. So,
Listen. Good teams almost lose to bad teams.
yes, sometimes
It can happen.
this is true. Just I want to make it clear, as much as I like John Calipari and as many questions as I have with Mark Pope, being just above Arkansas is not a great thing right now. We need Kentucky to be like top five good in the country. And that was a weird way to frame your praise for Kentucky to me.
My dog planted that seed. We good.